I can't wait to get away from you. Unsurprisingly, you hate me too.
Welcome back to Cosmoholics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is a story time. This is my bullying story. I just spat everywhere. Now, I obviously never changed my clothes from the last story because I'm ratchet and I'm up and I have battery, so I try to whip out videos. Like if I have battery, I try to whip out videos. If I don't, then I just record one and call it a day. But I have battery, so we're gonna whip out one more video. This is a story on my bullying situation, how I dealt with it. A lot of people have asked me if I've ever been bullied before and how I dealt with it, so here I am to tell you. So my bullying experience started for me in the 6th grade, which I think is normal for a lot of adolescents or growing teenage, like preteens. I think that's when girls start really getting catty and bitchy. Like bullying can start at any time in your life, but for me, the bullying started in grade 5, grade 6. So how it started was I had recently moved from Pickering to Scarborough, so that meant school switch. And when I first got to school in grade 4, I made friends with this one girl, and instantly we were BFF for life. Like we were so cool together, and that was my homegirl. So me and her were cool, and it was just us two. In grade 5, she kind of started acting gothic a little bit, and that wasn't my cup of tea. So I wasn't really feeling her. She was cutting her arm, doing the most. And so we kind of drifted in grade 5. Grade 6, we drifted even more. And then I ended up hanging out with another girl. We're gonna call her, I don't know, what should we call her? We're gonna call her Kendra, okay? So I'm hanging out with Kendra at this point, and me, Kendra, and 2 other girls are like, that's who we were hanging out with. There was 4 of us, and one of the girls didn't really hang out with us as much. She would kind of do her own thing, so it was just 3 of us. And so it was me, Kendra, and the other girl. And so Kendra, I guess she wanted to be the leader, and so she was just the bitchy one out of all 3 of us. I guess in grade 6 you're kind of coming into your own self, and you know, like, I don't know, I was kind of new at the school. I just wanted to fit in. Like, who doesn't want I'm glad I went through wanting to fit in early on in life, because if I had gone through that in high school, like my high school experience would have been totally different. So I wanted to fit in or whatever, and so she was the bossy one. Like, she bossed us around. We would listen to her. At that point, I hadn't discovered that I could be bossy too. Like, I didn't discover how strong of a personality I have and how I could put my foot down, because as young bougie wasn't as Taurus as she is now. Like, young bougie was passive, a lot more passive aggressive than I am now. Like, now I'm passive aggressive, but like I control it. When I was young, I was just passive aggressive. Like, I didn't really stand up for myself. I had a big mouth, but like, I don't know, she was so bossy to the point where I kind of feared her. Like, and you're not supposed to fear your friends. There was a couple times that she really, like, it was just a built up anger for me. Like, she just kept going. I'm getting emotional talking about this. I've never ever told anybody this. So she just kept going. I guess maybe she was picking at me to see like how far she could push me. And a part of me thinks that she's just genuinely a bad person, because even when I got older and I linked up with her, like I kind of like saw those same qualities that she had when we were in grade 6. So out of the 3 of us, there's one time where she threatened the girl to slap her in her face and made it seem like she was gonna fight her, and so she ended up slapping her in her face. The girl, who was not black, by the way, took it like a fucking G. She didn't tell. She didn't care. She took the slap. She didn't cry. She didn't hit the girl back. which you were probably like, okay, what a punk bitch, but like, we're in grade 6, like, we're not trying to do all that, like, it's unnecessary. She took the slap, and then she's like, okay, like, and what did that do for you, kind of thing. She was gangster as fuck, okay, she was. And she went home after school, and that was that. Like, she slapped her after school in the face, and the girl had such like a hold on us that, one, I never said to her like that was wrong, because I wasn't about that life, like I really wasn't. And two, they kind of made up for it. Like she basically apologized to the girl and everything was solved. Like she apologized to the girl for slapping her in her face, and we were all hanging out again. Like, it was like, if she were to do that as an adult, it would have went a whole other way, obviously, but we were just kids. So she forgave her, we were hanging out, we were cool. Of course, me and the other girl would have our little side conversations about her, but we never ever once said maybe we should stand up to her, like maybe we should try to do this, or maybe we shouldn't talk to her anymore, maybe she'll see how it feels to be, or treated how she's been treating us. Obviously, like I said, we never did that. And she was the boss. Like, she ruled our freaking little recess world. Like, she was queen, okay? She was definitely queen. We're hanging out, and we had a sleepover, and everything that she wanted to do, we had to do. We didn't have a say. Like, she was queen of the castle, and I think she like got off on that. Like, I think she enjoyed bossing us around and us doing whatever she wanted us to do. Like, we were some little follower ass bitches. Like, no, we shouldn't have been doing that. But we didn't really know any better. I just wanted to fit in. Like, I had no friends other than them two, and the other one was cool. It was just her that was fucked up. But yeah, she was uber mean to us. The one thing in particular that's always stuck with me is this. And this is kind of what pushed me over the edge, because apart from her being mean to me and like being sometimish with me, and like she would that's my thing, like it's one of my pet peeves is sometimish people. Like, either you fuck with me or you don't. There is no in between. It is black or it's white. There's no gray area. You fuck with me or you don't. There would be times where she would be rude to me and then really nice to the girl, or she would be really nice to me and really rude to the other girl, and like I would just be like thinking like, what the hell is wrong with Kendra? But of course I was shy and I just didn't say anything, and so I kept letting her step on me. Like, I kept letting her just little things, like petty shit. She would do little slick things, like talk to the boys I like, or like, you know, do shit like that. And like, I was dating this little boy. I was dating this little boy, and she came through and she stole him from me, like dead ass stole my little boyfriend. And I don't even know why or how, but I remember talking to him on the phone and just being, and this is whack as hell, but I was a kid. I just remember being to him like, who's prettier? And he said me, but then he said she has the bigger bum. What? What? Are you telling me that in grade 6 my boyfriend left me because the other girl's bum was bigger? Are you kidding me? So yeah, so she stole my boyfriend. Like, she was always just trying to cause freaking havoc in my life. One day in particular, it was winter time, and I will never forget this. Me, her, and the other girl, we were all out in the soccer field and we're playing in the snow, okay? The day is going normal, and she picks up a snowball. She pokes a hole in the top of the snowball. She spits in it, and she's trying to get us to eat the fucking snowball. Like, she's like, you guys have to eat this. Bitch, what? Who raised you? Who? What do you mean? So me and the girl are looking at each other, and we're looking at the snowball, and we're looking at each other, and we're looking at the snowball. And the spit is so thick in the snowball, and it's fucking pink because she had just had a fruit punch juice box. And so we're like, we're not eating that. Like, what are you talking about? This is the first time we ever stood up with her, because this was next level. Like, why are you trying? She's like, this is what I mean, she was evil. Like, she was trying to get us to do things for her satisfaction. Like, I don't know if she wanted us to do it so that she could run and tell somebody that we did it, but like she was trying to get us to eat the fucking spit out of the snowball. And so we're like, we're not gonna eat your spit, like that's gross, like that's nasty. Like, what? Your bodily fluids? Like, no, that's not normal. So we're there telling her no, and she's getting pissed. Like, she's getting so mad. She's like, if you guys don't eat this, I'm not gonna be your friend anymore. And so we're like, okay, but we can't eat. Like, why are you doing this? Like, we don't even understand why you want us to eat your spit out of a snowball. Like, that's weird. We're both refusing to eat this nasty ass little girl's spit out of the snowball. And it was at this point that I was like, I don't even care if she's my friend anymore. That's when the light bulb went off in my head, because I'm like, I don't care to be somebody's friend that's trying to make me to eat spit. Like, what? I'd rather be by myself. Like, me and the other girl is 2 against 1, bitch. Like, we could go hang out and without you. We don't need you. So we refuse to eat her spit. The bell rings, we go inside, and she tries to act like she didn't just do it. Like, she tries to act nonchalant about it, like she didn't just try to force us. Literally, like, if she could have like took our head and smashed it into the snow so that the spit went down her throat, like she would have done that. So now I'm mad, I'm pissed, and I'm like thinking, like, there's a lot of other people in this school, I could be friends with anybody. And so I always used to keep a journal or lined paper and just write out exactly how I feel, okay? And that's what kept me sane all these years, okay? So I would always just write. I'm a very good writer, so it's like, that's how I get my emotions out. I can say everything I want to say if I write it out first. And so that's what I did. I'm like, let me write her a letter so she knows how I feel, which is a very grown-up thing to do. Like, that's not, I don't think kids write letters to people to get them to understand where they're coming from, but that was me. Like, I was like, I need to write a letter so she can get or grasp the seriousness of this. So I'm writing this letter. I start writing the letter in class. Like, we're in class, we're doing whatever, and once I finish my work, I just started writing this letter, penning this letter to her. I'm not paying attention to anybody in the class except for this letter, okay? So I'm writing the letter. I don't finish the letter in time, so I have to bring it home to finish it. I bring the letter home, I write it all out. It must have been like 3 pages, and I went through everything that she's done to me in the letters, and I threatened her. I told her, I'm like, look, if you don't fucking stop your fucking crazy behavior, and I don't think I was swearing this much, but this is the basis of the letter. I'm just like, if I ever told my mom what you did to me or what you've tried to do to me, you would be paralyzed and in a hospital, you and your mom, blah blah blah. So I took it there, bitch. I sure did. I just exploded because I'm so passive aggressive. And it takes a lot for me to be angered. Like, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Her trying to get me to eat her spit. Ew. So I write this letter. I threatened her in the letter. I told her she would be paralyzed in a wheelchair, all this, if I ever told my mom what she's been doing to us, how mean she's been to us, all this stuff. Like, it was deep. It was so deep. So I'm there saying all these things in the letter, and this snitch ass bitch, let me tell you something. When she slapped the little white girl, sorry, she's not even white, but she's Greek. When she slapped the little white girl, the white girl didn't snitch on nobody. She didn't tell nobody anything, and she wasn't acting all big and bad wolf, I'll blow your house down. When I write this letter to her, she took the letter, read the letter. Well, her feelings were hurt because she was quiet at school that day. She didn't have nothing to say. After school, her mom picked her up, and so she's sitting in the car with her mom. She gives her mom the letter. I walk home from school, like, I don't need nobody to pick me up. So I walk home from school. I didn't need anybody to pick me up, you know what I mean? So I'm walking home and her mom's driving slow, like, drive slow, homie. And so they wait for me to be at the same level as the car, and her mom stops the car and she's like, I want to talk to you. Her daughter's sitting in the front seat, And the mom, she's like, what is this? What is this letter? Blah, blah, blah. The mom basically, she's not cussing me out like her, but it's just, she's giving me that mom talk. Like, she has a mom tone of voice on. She didn't cuss me out. So she's like, what is this letter? Would you like me to show your mom this letter? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like to her, do you understand, like, what your daughter has done to me? Like, what she did to me was damaging. I know I haven't given, like, I obviously blocked those things out of my head, but like, she was such a bully to me. Like, she was actually so mean to me. I think she's the reason why I don't have friends to this day, because I don't like bitches. Like, I really don't. They're so evil. And so that is my image of a friend. Like, that's the girl that like painted this big picture for me and made me, what? She's basically telling me if I ever do anything like this again, she's gonna tell my mom and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, do you know what your daughter has done to me? Like, how can you even stand there or sit there and bring talks? Like, how are you even saying anything to me? So I'm crying, like I'm standing outside, and of course the fucking little girl sitting there smiling like she got her way. I hope to God she got her ass beat when she got home, because that letter was extremely detailed with all the shit that she's done. And she's just snitching on me, telling her mom, and the mom's basically like trying to get us to be friends. Like, the mom's like, you guys are friends, you shouldn't be arguing and doing this and that and the third. And I'm like, okay, well, your daughter is a bitch. Okay, she's a bitch. So like, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, there's really not. And I was swearing in the letter, like I was calling her a bitch and saying all kinds. And so that's why the ladies there saying she's gonna tell my mom and the school. And I'm just like, okay, this is, you're doing too much. Like, I get it's your kid, you're gonna protect your kid, but like, it wasn't grown woman problems, okay? It was little kid problems. Me and the girl were arguing. It wasn't me, the girl, and her mom. Like, it was me and the girl. Despite the fact that I told her her and her mom would be paralyzed. But that's neither here nor there. That kind of traumatized me. Like, being bullied or having this bossy ass friend that wanted us to be at her beck and call. She was just doing the most, and she really had a hold on us or on me. And like, I didn't know how to deal with it then, other than to write that letter to her and let her know how much I fucking hated her, and that basically I wanted her dead. Like, and she felt a way about it, and that's why she told her mom. But like, why? I never told my mom all the shit she was doing to me. I never ever once said, hey mom, Kendra's been doing this to me at school. I don't know why I never told my mom. I just didn't think to. Like, I like to handle things myself. It was just not something I was gonna bring up. It was just something I was dealing with on my own. And with school starting, I'm sure some of you guys may run into bullies, and so that's kind of why I wanted to share this story, because I definitely overcame that. Me and Kendra ended up being friends as adults, and well, like early adulthood, and it didn't last that long because, like I said, I saw a lot of the traits that she had when she was a kid still in her, and her motives weren't there. Like, her motives were not all the way 100. They were not genuine. They were not pure. And so I didn't like hanging around her, and I felt like I couldn't trust her. But the funny thing was, the first time after I saw her after all those years, like, to link back up with her, obviously I was just giving her the benefit of the doubt. It was grade 6, like, you know what I mean? I just brushed that under the rug. Like, I didn't think, or I wasn't gonna bring it up and be like, hey, remember the time you tried to make me eat your spit out of a snowball? Like, I wouldn't do that. It's funny, I feel like she remembers those things just like I remember them. I feel like she was thinking, like, I wonder if she remembers all those things that I did to her. Like, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't gonna bring them up, obviously. I'm not gonna say anything about that. We're no longer friends, and it is what it is. I wish Kendra all the best, bitch, but you shouldn't have bullied me, because we could have still been friends and you would have got a nice ass Christmas gift. But not no more, bitch. Get your life. Don't cross me, okay? I actually feel bad for anybody that's ever crossed me, because like, I need more water, because I forgive a lot, but I do not forget. I'm literally like an elephant. I don't forget anything. So if you've ever crossed me and you're watching this video, your story will come. I will tell your story. Just remember that. But don't message me and be like, why are you telling my story? Why are you telling this story about me? As long as I'm not saying your name, we shouldn't have an issue. Okay? Unless, of course, you're my father. And that's too bad. Everybody know who you is. That is my elementary bullying story. I will get to my high school bullying story another day. But I wanted to share this because I know that a lot of people encounter bullying and a lot of people don't open up their mouth to say something. You have to stand up for yourself. I wish somebody had told me, stand up for yourself. I wish somebody was there that I could have talked to, that I felt comfortable talking to. Like, I don't know why I never told my mom. But like, if somebody is bothering you at school, say something about it, because a lot of people that get bullied end up committing suicide. I don't get it. I don't know why or how. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me that it's not a solution. Like, it's silly. It's stupid. Suicide is dumb. Don't do it. If you are faced with a bully or somebody that's your friend but they're uber bossy, speak up about it. And if you lose that person as a friend for speaking your mind and saying how you feel as a person, because you're a human too and you deserve to be treated like one. So if somebody is taking advantage of you and trying to get you to do things to satisfy them in some weird, sick, twisted way, say something.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Like, you gotta say something. You can't just sit there and take it. Like, you ain't gonna lay down and take this dick. You're not gonna do it. No, you're not. Like, you got to really speak up, speak your mind, and don't be afraid to speak your mind. You may lose some friends in the process, but trust me, those were never your friends to begin with. So with that being said, I hope you guys, I guess, enjoyed the story or learned something from this story. And yeah, I love you so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.